G'day, I'm Warwick Schiller. I just want you to talk a bit about being observant with your horse. Like, being observant with your horse can teach you so much about your horse. You really want to always observe and compare what they do, what they were doing when you did this, what they were doing when you did that, because there's no manual for horse training, really. I mean, you've got to be able to read the situation. And yesterday I had a lady bought me 2 horses to put in training. One's a 4-year-old mare and one's a 8-year-old gelding or something or other. And she took the mare off the trailer first. When she took the mare off the trailer, I said, well, let's go, we'll turn her out over here, one of these little turnouts. And she said, oh, well, he's going to go off because he's got a real attachment to her. He's really attached to her. I said, oh, really? Okay. So off we went, and when we left the trailer with him in there, he was screaming and carrying on and whinnying and doing all that sort of stuff. And anyway, then we came back to get him out of the trailer, and we both went in the trailer together, and I said to her, can you hear that? She said, no, hear what? And I said, he's not whinnying now. This horse does not have an attachment problem with her. This horse is herd bound with everything. He has separation anxiety from everything. When we went away with her, he started whinnying and carrying on. As soon as we came back, he stopped whinnying, and she goes, oh, you know, I never really noticed that before. I said, no, it's not a herd-bound thing from her. It's just a separation anxiety from everything. But anyway, then we got him out and we took him in the barn, and we're standing there talking, and we're standing on one side of him. He's had some injuries, and she was saying, well, you might notice right here he's got this injury, and she's looking at all these injury things, and I'm noticing what the horse is doing. And I said, you notice there's something really interesting to look at over there? This horse had his head turned and was looking that way in the barn. And she said, yeah. And I said, well, let's go around the other side. So we walked around the other side of the horse like this, and guess what? Boing! His head stuck straight over there. And then I said, let's walk around this side. We walked around this side, and when we did, boing, his head stuck straight over there. I said, this horse has been systematically taught to block you out. And she went, oh, I never noticed that before. She was really intent with her horse. She was really intent on, you know, he's got an old scar here because he had something removed about 7 years ago, and oh, that might rub the saddle, and Hey, it's 7 years ago, forget about that stuff. Really pay attention to what your horse is doing. But anyway, then we turned him loose in his stall, and I said, he's very quiet, isn't he? She said, yeah. And I said, watch what happens when we walk away. Anyway, we walked down the barn aisle, and he started screaming and carried on again. And she goes, that's funny, I've never noticed it before. And the reason she hadn't noticed it, because she was just not being observant about everything that horse did. But anyway, that's just something to think about. I mean, everything you do training horses, you've got to really weigh up. You know, it's like doing an experiment. You weigh up what you did yesterday, how it worked, how they reacted, how they responded, what they did here and there. So, and for me, it's more about what your horse does. I see a lot of people like brushing their horses, and they're intent on getting every little bit of dust off the horse, and the horse steps into their space, and they just step backwards because they're thinking about the dust, not thinking about the horse. Okay, horses don't care if they're dusty. I did a blog the other day on cosmetic stuff, you know. And same thing, horse doesn't care if he's dusty, okay? He doesn't notice if he's dusty or not, but he definitely notices if he steps in your space and you step out of his space. So just be aware of little stuff like that, and it can really help you with your horse, okay? So, hope that helps. See you guys next time.